Good morning, guys. Welcome back. So I'm getting ready right now. I'm running late if you couldn't tell. Yeah, this is my own fault though. I did hit snooze. If it isn't the consequences of my own actions. Oh, there's the snooze. I do have what could possibly be the best possible start to my day this morning because I'm getting a facial and I'm really excited. I haven't gotten a facial in I think like 6 months or so, and I'm going to this place called Glow Bar and I don't want to be late, so we're gonna go. Okay guys, so I'm here and they have us wash our face here before. Hi. What is this? This is high frequency, so this is killing any acne causing bacteria. This is just a hydrating mask, by the way though. So I just got out of my facial. My skin feels so moisturized. I don't know how else to describe it, but it feels so good. I feel very hydrated. So I got back and I took a little shower. Here's a little close-up of my skin. I did put on a little bit of mascara, even though you're not supposed to put on makeup. I thought mascara was probably fine. And she was also telling me about this red light therapy. I kind of want to buy it. It's like this red light face mask. Pretty expensive, so I kind of want to do a little more research before I just buy it. But yeah, it was a really good, quick 30-minute facial. I got changed too. This is my outfit for today. Super comfy and casual with some jewelry. I don't know if you guys can tell right now, but I am really exhausted. I'm gonna go get coffee and do some work at this new coffee shop that I haven't seen before. I just walked by it the other day, and hopefully I get more energy, guys, because I can't even think right now. I'm so tired. Guys, I'm dying. So I just got home from the cafe. Also, I didn't end up going to that new one because when I walked in, there's a big sign that said no computers allowed. And that was like the reason I was there, was to work. So I ended up going to the Brandy Cafe. Anyways, I got home to this bag at my door, a giant sprinkles bag. And I was like, oh my gosh, who ordered me cupcakes? Immediately, I thought it was my mom. My mom will just order things for me randomly. So I texted her and she was like, no, I didn't order you anything. There was no note in here, and I ended up figuring out that it was from my manager, and she sent it to me because I hit 3 million subscribers on YouTube. The reason I'm laughing is because she accidentally ordered like way too many. We were texting and she's like, I did not mean to send this many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bins of cupcakes. Mukbang time. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I said no mukbangs and I stick to that. There's chocolate sprinkles, rainbow sprinkles, red velvet. Now I have, what's 12 times 6? 72! I have 72 cupcakes! Oh my god. Anyways, I'm actually officially starting my day now. I did end up making breakfast already. I had peanut butter toast. When my mom was visiting me, she told me she realized I just wasn't drinking enough water. And sometimes you need someone else to point that out to you, because I noticed after she said that, I was like, wow, I haven't. You're right. Moms are always right though. So every morning I drink a full glass of water. Also, do you guys like the cup that I just got? I got this when I was back in Minnesota. I'm also taking my vitamins for the day. I take a daily multivitamin, and then I also take this Symbiotic. These are both from Ritual, which I'm so excited because I'm working with them on today's video. If you've watched me for a little while, you know that I was using Care Of. I really liked them, but they unfortunately shut down. So since then, I had to find a new vitamin basically that I wanted to take every day, and I wanted it to be a subscription because subscriptions are easier because you don't have to think about it. It just comes delivered right to your door, which is exactly what Ritual is. It's a subscription-based vitamin service. So I take 2 of the multivitamins every day, and then I take 1 of the probiotics. Their probiotic is technically labeled as Symbiotic because it's a 3-in-1. So it has the prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic. And this way I just get everything in for my day in 3 capsules. What's nice too is because I do travel pretty often, these are shelf stable, so you don't have to store them in the fridge or anything. Also notice when I travel, my gut is like, it's worst. And I read that that's actually common, like stress, traveling can just throw off your gut kilter. So that's why I also wanted to make sure I'm taking this symbiotic every day. I specifically really like how this multivitamin is formulated for women over 18. It can fill those key nutrient gaps that you might be missing in your diet. The multivitamin is my favorite because it has this nice mint scent to it. If you guys want to check out Ritual, they gave me a code so you can actually get 25% off your first order. It's Sydney Serena '25, and I'll also put a link down below so you guys can check them out. But now I am going to unfortunately clean my closet. I don't like doing this. I feel like once I get started, I'm gonna enjoy it. It's just the effort of starting it that it seems like such a daunting task, and I've been putting it off for a very long time. It doesn't look, well, it does look a little bad. Let me show you. The problem is that I can't even open these drawers anymore because clothes are just shoved to the brim. So I really need to go through this. Especially living in New York now in a little studio, I have to be very selective with how many clothes I have because I just don't have the space that I used to, which I think is actually really good for me to learn minimalism, if you even call this is not minimalism. But I'm just trying to not be so cluttered. I'm gonna put on some music or like a podcast maybe. Since my closet's so small, I decided to just pull each drawer out individually and pull out all the clothes onto my bed so that way I can see everything. And then I'm going through right now every single clothing item I have, and I'm trying to be selective and really only keep the stuff that I know I'm gonna wear, because for some reason every time I'm about to go through my clothes I discover a deep emotional attachment that I have to every single clothing item and I can't get rid of it. But that's when my mom told me, Sydney, use the 6-month rule. If you haven't worn something at all in 6 months, you should get rid of it because you probably won't be wearing it again. So I'm trying to take her advice because, you know, she is right. Moms are always right. Since I'm so indecisive, I always do 3 piles. I do a yes pile, an I don't know pile, so I'm gonna reevaluate this pile later, and then a flat out no pile. I've been listening so much to Wizard Liz on YouTube. If you guys have watched her, she's like the best. I need to finish this video because I have like 5 minutes left of it. This is the pile of things that I'm gonna keep. I laid everything out, folded it. I'm gonna put everything in this bin, and then this is the pile of things that I decided to get rid of. I'm still deciding if I'm gonna secondhand sell them or donate them, something like that. For now, I'm gonna throw everything back into the bin that I'm keeping, and then I'm gonna repeat that with, I think I have 4 more drawers. Little update for you guys. So I finished all of the clothes in my drawers. I got rid of stuff, I organized it, but now I have this giant pile of things on the floor, and even like the hangers up on top needs to just be gone through and organized. This took so long. I always underestimate how long things take. And this whole closet took, I want to say, an hour and a half, 2 hours. Actually, you know what? I'm not upset. It looks good. Just look how clean it is in there. I needed to do that so badly. My floor is completely cleaned. I went through a lot of my purses. The big part over here is I cleaned off the top of my dresser. And this is the final product of all the clothes I'm getting rid of. I'm actually pretty proud of myself. This is a pretty solid amount. And now I think I'm gonna go sit on my roof and just read a book because that's all I want to do right now is just read. I'm reading this book called Atomic Habits. I know you guys are probably like, Sydney, you always tell us you read this book, and I'm honestly annoyed at myself. This is just my favorite like go-to book when I need a good self-help book. I also deleted social media today. I'll talk about that in a little bit from now, but I've been feeling like mentally really good. Okay, flash forward about 2 hours later. I'm finishing getting ready. I put on a cute outfit because I'm going to go out with some of my I'm getting ready to go out with a couple of my girlfriends. We're just gonna, I think, grab a drink, pretty casual. But I was like, now's the perfect time for me to do that little advice segment. If you watched my last vlog, I mentioned that it'd be really fun to give advice in my vlogs, and I asked you guys if you had anything that you wanted advice on to DM me on Instagram, and I actually got quite a few DMs on Instagram. I went through, I'll be doing more of these, so don't worry if I didn't pick yours. I thought this first one was really interesting. I'm not gonna say the names because I want to keep your guys' anonymity. This question says, hey Sid, how do you rekindle friendships that you feel are dying out? And or how do you accept that it's time to move on? I think this is such a good question because sometimes friendship breakups are just as hard as relationship breakups. If I were in your situation, I think I would first really just evaluate the friendship and why you feel like it's dying out. If you think it's dying out because of maybe some more external factors, like you guys don't live in the same place anymore, or maybe one of you has a super busy schedule, if it's something short term that you think it might resolve itself, I wouldn't really worry too much. Some of my best friends, I don't even live in the same state as. We can go months without talking, and then the second we get on FaceTime or meet up, it's like no time has passed and there was never any beef or anything. Like, we're still such great friends. We just might not necessarily talk on a daily basis. But on the other hand, if you think it might be fizzling out, maybe due to compatibility problems, maybe you guys are just not as compatible as you were 2, 3, 4 years ago, and that's okay because people do grow apart, and that's not necessarily making one of you a bad person for that. Especially in these years from like your late teens to your early mid 20s, those are the most pivotal years where we change so much, and sometimes people just grow apart and you are only meant to be their friend for a season of life. I think if that's the case, just having like an open, honest conversation with them, if you were really, really good friends with them, maybe they'll tell you something you weren't aware of. Maybe they'll tell you they've been going through something really difficult and you had no idea, and maybe that was the reason the friendship fell off. I think you know it's time to move on though when you're just not happy anymore. When you're not happy with the friendship, you don't look forward to hanging out with them, and more problems are being brought into your life than joy from the friendship, I think that's definitely a sign. The first little advice DM segment. I hope you guys like this. These are just my opinions, obviously, so take them as you will, but I feel like I've learned kind of a lot through my young 20s, and I love listening to other people's advice. So I'm gonna get ready to go though. I'm officially late, so I'll update you guys when I'm there. Wow, guys, be honest. Did you believe that I would end this vlog? It's okay if you say no, because I also would have said no. I'm going to bed now. I actually didn't even get back too late. It's almost midnight, so my night wasn't even that crazy. It was just a perfect, nice little drink. We had a few drinks with some friends, and I'm about to go to bed. So I just wanted to say thanks for watching. I have my retainer in. I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Love you. Bye.